Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. This is Freya, I'm Jason, and we're bringing you what you've grown on before. We're bringing you today's video. As always, everybody, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. Just a small family channel with the dog. And we just love to bring you guys books. We love to bring you guys books, bring you guys authors, things to entertain you, have fun. So we'd really appreciate the support if you guys want to support us. Speaking of which, thank you to our patrons, and I hope you guys enjoy. The only thing we could think of is we've had people that ask us about RSS feeds, podcasts basically. And one day we'll do a podcast, but for right now, just putting our reviews into 45-minute kind of stitched together audio onlys on an RSS feed for our patrons. So I hope you guys enjoy them, and thank you everybody again for your support. So today I want to talk about Apocalypse Cultivation 2. I believe it's Apocalypse Cultivation 2 Savage Webs by Blaise Corvin. It is a LitRPG novel, and guys, it's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It follows some of it has a lot of the tropes in it, such as the whole second life thing that occurs on a lot of the LitRPG, especially the ones that are like Apocalypse or System Apocalypse types. And we've got Apocalypse Reborn, and there's quite a few of them where, you know, the main character kind of goes back in time with his knowledge and has to try and change things. And in this case, and then of course it's LitRPG, so it has all of those, you know, little system and abilities and skills and stats. Only this one, instead of LitRPG, is less stat based and more cultivation based, and hence Apocalypse Cultivation. But there's a lot of twists that Blaise Corvin puts in this. The book is absolutely fascinating. The first book was absolutely fascinating. The second book is absolutely fascinating because there's a lot of twists. The character is not human anymore. He used to be, but not human anymore. And when I say not human, he is really not freaking human. It definitely got turned into a monster. He's gotten crossways of some gods. He's accidentally destroyed a planet or two. But, you know, hey, these things happen. And ended up serving another god that, of course, instead of the 3-year servitude he thought he was getting himself into, it's 1,500 years of servitude. But, you know, 3 years, 1,500 years, and what's the difference? Blaise Corvin, he just writes fantastic. He writes fantastic, and the cultivation and the twists he puts on it, you recognize so many things from other cultivation books, you know, the meridians, the different levels, body cultivation, and energy, and enlightenment, body hardening, your skills, your abilities, things along those lines, storage rings. But then he adds some really cool twists to them. You know, the evolving breeds, the evolving body, and the evolving races. You know, the character at one point is a zombie, then is a shadow ghoul, and then turns into something very cool, but with some really messed up abilities that he can change into. Although, naturally, I am sure that these are going to turn out to be strong at some point. But that's another thing that's really cool with this book or with this series, is that this character is not overpowered. We enjoy the overpowered books. Battle Mage Farm would be a great example of that. You know, Immortal Cultivation. That, you know, by, I think it was Sibelius, that awesome, you know, the overpowered main characters, they're a blast. They're absolute blast, especially the ones that, you know, do the whole go back in time thing. Only this time around, you know, the character went back in time and got to kind of relive, you know, was reborn to theoretically try and change things, but then pretty much got jerked out of the planet. And so you don't have a lot of that same, you know, we're repeating the same things for the same knowledge, because oftentimes those characters, they're not overpowered. They use their knowledge to make themselves appear overpowered. In this case, the character more often than not is very, very underpowered, very, very weak. So Apocalypse Cultivation 2, it starts off pretty much picking up right where book 1 ended, where he has run into his old mentor, who has basically given him a little bit of advice and then told him to buzz off, go find, you know, go find this relative, granddaughter, I think it is, and otherwise you're on your own, kind of thing. And a goddess, has managed to make a deal with the main character, Jake, I believe. Yeah, Jake, not from State Farm, just Jake. And made this deal that Jake thought he was getting the better of, and then kind of got suckered. Although it's a pretty cool deal, and he definitely gets some pretty cool stuff. But he gets sent, to another world, and he has to spend his 1,500 years on that world serving this goddess, the Morrigan. Those of you guys that are into Celtic or Irish mythology will certainly recognize the Morrigan. One thing that he does point out that he's got evil gods in this series, but not all of them are truly evil. It does make it very clear that good and evil, light and dark, they're all a matter of perspective, and very few things are black and white. When I say light and dark, very few things are black and white. Very few beings are black and white. You would think gods would be more complex than humans, and very few humans are pure evil or pure good. So, just because somebody's evil doesn't mean they may not have, say, a code of honor and things along those lines. So it's pretty fascinating. So he ends up in this world. Obviously, he is way underpowered. He's in danger almost from the second he is pretty much cut loose by everybody from the Morrigan to his old, from his old mentor, and very quickly finds himself imprisoned for a decade, and goes through a couple of similar things from the first book. You've got your challenge rooms and stuff like that, and his attempts to evolve and to get stronger. In a lot of ways, Apocalypse Cultivation 2 seems like a slice of life in a way, which you guys all know I'm a huge fan of. The first book was was much more plot driven, survival driven, plot driven. Then you find out who the evil is at the end, destroy the planet, get sent back, and yada yada yada. In this one, it seems much more like a slice of life. I mean, you've got your chunks. You've got your chunk of him first trying to figure out this world and survive. Then you've got your chunk while he's in prison. Then your chunk while he's trying to get out of the prison. Your chunk while he's in the challenge room, and then while he's trying to escape the prison and what happens there. And it's in these pieces, which all books are. They're generally called chapters. But this one, there is no overarching big bad. There's no overarching plot or goal except survive, get stronger, get better, and it's just fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So after you guys hit those like and subscribe buttons, guys, you guys gotta go check out Apocalypse Cultivation 2 by Blaise Corvin. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye now.